Imagine you're 342 years old. You've seen empires rise and fall. You've loved and lost hundreds of times. You've mastered every skill imaginable. And you know what? You're absolutely miserable. You're so bored that you'd rather die than live another day. This isn't science fiction. This is the Makropulos case, a thought experiment that completely changed how philosophers think about immortality. And by the end of this video, you might not want to live forever either. Alright, so here's the setup. The philosopher Bernard Williams wrote about a fictional character named Elena Makropulos. At age 42, she took an elixir that made her immortal. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong. By age 342, Elena is completely done with life. Not because of tragedy or pain, but because of something way worse. Infinite boredom. Williams called this the Tedium Argument, and it goes like this. Everything that makes your life meaningful comes from what Williams called categorical desires. These are the big goals that make you want to wake up tomorrow. Things like writing that novel, raising your kids, becoming a master chef, falling in love, traveling to Japan. But here's the problem. These desires are finite. There's only so many of them. And according to Williams, even if you live in perfect health with unlimited resources, you'll eventually run out. Think about it. After 200 years, you've read every book. After 300 years, you've mastered every skill. After 500 years, every conversation feels like a rerun. Every experience is just a variation of something you've already done. You become like Elena, empty, indifferent, and desperately bored. But wait, can't you just develop new desires? Can't you reinvent yourself? This is where it gets even darker. Williams says you face a brutal dilemma. Either, option A, you keep the same desires forever, eventually exhausting them all and becoming intolerably bored. Or, option B, you change your desires completely, becoming a fundamentally different person. But if you choose option B, here's the mind-bending question. Is that future person even you anymore? If in 500 years you care about completely different things, have completely different values, and have forgotten most of your current life, why should the current you care about keeping that future person alive? It's like signing up to save a stranger. The immortal you isn't really you. It's just someone wearing your face. Some philosophers push back on this. They argue that memory decay and desire rejuvenation mean you could rediscover old passions. It's like watching your favorite movie after forgetting it, fresh again. But Williams would say, if you've forgotten enough to make it fresh, you've also lost enough of yourself to no longer be you. Now, here's where this gets really relevant to our future. Mind uploading. Tech billionaires and futurists like Ray Kurzweil believe we'll be able to upload our consciousness to computers by 2045. Your entire brain, memories, personality, thoughts, transferred to a digital substrate. Digital immortality. But this introduces a whole new problem. Is the digital copy actually you? Or is it just a very convincing simulation that thinks it's you, while the real you dies during the upload? Philosophers call this the continuity problem. Most scientists now believe that uploading would be destructive, meaning your brain would have to be destroyed to scan it completely. So you die, and a copy of you wakes up in a computer, convinced it survived. Even if that digital you lives forever in some virtual paradise, the flesh and blood you reading this right now, still dead. And even if the upload somehow preserves you, you'd still face Williams's problem. A digital mind can still get bored. In fact, it might get bored faster, because in a virtual world where anything is possible, nothing has consequences, nothing has stakes. As one researcher put it, sensory deprivation and lack of real-world engagement could make a digital existence feel like torture, not paradise. So what's the answer? Is immortality just a bad deal? Williams argues something radical. Death is what makes life meaningful. The fact that our time is limited creates urgency. It makes moments precious. It forces us to prioritize. It gives our achievements weight. Think about it. If you had infinite time, why do anything today? You could always do it tomorrow, or in 1,000 years. But when you know you have maybe 80 years if you're lucky, suddenly every birthday matters. Every conversation with your parents could be one of the last. Every sunset is unique because you'll only see so many. The finite nature of our projects, raising kids who grow up, careers that have endings, relationships that evolve, gives them meaning because they're finite. Now, this doesn't mean we should accept death happily. Williams isn't saying death is good. He's saying death is what makes life valuable. The fear of death is rational because life is precious. But wanting to live forever might actually be irrational. The sweet spot? Living as long as your categorical desires can sustain you. When you've truly lived fully and your deepest drives are satisfied, death might not be the enemy. It might be completion. Here's what I want you to do. Write down your 3 biggest categorical desires right now, the things that make you want to be alive tomorrow. Then ask yourself, if you achieved all of them, would you want to live another 300 years? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many of you would still choose immortality after really thinking it through. If this video made you question everything you thought about life and death, hit that subscribe button. We're diving into the deepest philosophical questions every week. The truth is, maybe the fact that you're watching this right now, in this fleeting moment of your finite life, is what makes it matter. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.